Hi, happy International Women's Day. It's March the 8th, and from the heart of Tarot, I'm wishing all the sisters a wonderful Women's Day, recognising the role of women, women's development, women's achievements, and also working towards a more equal and balanced society where the feminine and the masculine can meet in harmony. Just so you know, International Women's Day first began with the socialist movement in New York back at the beginning of the 20th century, but by the next sort of 20 years, Russia and all over Europe, women were being celebrated on March the 8th to bring recognition to their working plight mostly, but also just the equal rights of women. So by 1975, the UN declared International Women's Day, March the 8th, for everyone to get together. Okay, here we go. Here's some of the women of tarot. These are our archetypal images of the feminine. You will recognise many of them. First one we're going to look at is the Queen of Pentacles, our archetypal Earth Mother. She's the one who is always ready to tuck you in, to be very practical service when you need your kids picked up or someone's not well. She's the one, she's a teacher and a guide, but she's also the homemaker. She is related to the goddess Demeter, or based on the goddess Demeter. Very powerful Greek goddess, the mother of all Mother Nature, the one who had the ability to create and destroy, just as Mother Nature can do. So thank you to all our Queen of Pentacles women in the world. We now have the Queen of Fire, the Queen of Wands. You may recognise her as the ambitious, fashionable, striking, opinionated, intelligent woman, Queen of Fire. Madonna is a great example of the Queen of Wands. Rosa Luxemburg is a great example of the Queen of Wands. Rosa Luxemburg, a champion of the underdog, great socialist back in the day, and the one who came up with these fantastic quotes about freedom, which are very fire. Those who do not move do not notice their chains. So thank you to all our fire queens out there. You rock. Mwah. Next we have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Water. The women who hold the emotional strength, the one who can go right in there and help, who are in service, who are in nursing, who are in social work. You are our Queen of Cups. You're the communicators. You're often working in the direct service of healing, of people's most immediate needs. And as all nurses, service workers and healers know, it's not the job you're paid for you. The real work with this is how you touch and connect people. So thank you to all our Queen of Cups. We celebrate and recognise the power of your emotional strength. Thank you. Now our Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, very recognisable women. They're very strong. They're the head of the committees. They're intelligent, detached, able to make great decisions very quickly and act on them without getting caught in emotions. So they're strategic. Some would say this is related to the goddess Artemis, who a very clear-thinking goddess of skill, war, negotiation. This goddess is like our Margaret Thatchers of the world, even if you're not a fan. She rose to the top at a time through and fought off things that her male politicians would be way too scared to tackle. And she was able to even maintain being isolated in that. Thank you to all our Queen of Swords people out there. High Priestess. This is our archetypal feminine source image. This is the feminine energy that is passive, receptive, intuitive, the inner worlds, the true yin. The High Priestess is often linked to Persephone, and you can even see there that she has her pomegranates, which if you look on the outside of the pomegranate, it's not much to look at, but if you cut it open, it's got this gorgeous, juicy interior that is a complete surprise. So that's kind of the image of the feminine. The High Priestesses of the world are the ones who are working also in healing and service, but also doing mystical work, clairvoyance, healers again, writers, poets, artists. Thank you to all the high priestesses of the world who really hold the space and the spirit for the feminine to flourish. Our beautiful, very recognizable Empress. She is a lush, sensual woman, or very attractive and very attracted into attraction. She is pure creation. Like Demeter, she has the ability to create and destroy, but her image here is Venus, so, as shown by her sign there. Also with the pomegranates on her dress, but she's more the sensual mother that actually makes the abundance happen. She's the one that can make, from one potato, can make a complete meal. She's the one that there's always, like I associate with this one, the goddess is so incredible. She can even make grass grow out of concrete. And that's the kind of woman that this one is. Thank you to all the empresses of the world. You're really in your power, very confident of who you are, and very level and equal and respectful of the feminine that you hold. This is our strength card, and the feminine power here is the feminine knowledge that vulnerability is strength, that compassion actually beats aggression, love beats hate. So this is the very gentle, constant actually pressure that women have really to hold their own strength, to hold the space, to approach with compassion and love, even when they're staring down the lion's jaws. And I would attribute this card to the Me Too people, the Me Too movement, the women who started that, the first whistleblowers who had to stand up and be very composed and very clear about the bullying and the manipulation and worse, the assault that these women endured. Thank you to all the strength women of the world. Vulnerability truly is our power. Thank you. The Justice card is a woman, bit of a sort of very isolated woman here, but she's the feminine that can really, very powerful intellect, very powerful ability to have mercy, to see justice and to make sure that justice has happened. Very detached, very solid. This woman is sometimes attributed to Athena, but also the Greek goddess Themis, or Themis. She is the goddess that will weigh all the injustice and all the activity and know how to make a clear decision. Thank you to all the women of the world that are able to be that clear. The Star card, beautiful feminine force of nurturing, of balance, of healing, and of hope. So some would attribute the Star card to the goddess Ishtar. One of her symbols was the 8-pointed star. She's a Babylonian goddess of Queen of Heavens. Other might associate this goddess to Empress, who was the goddess of hope for the Greeks, or in the Greek mythology. Empress was one of her great sort of stories is that Cassandra, also known as Pandora, when she opened Pandora's box and all the ills of the world flew out, the only one that stayed in was hope. Empress. Hope was given then the task of giving, of soothing all the worries and the suffering of humans left on earth. And this is the Star card. This is the same thing, the therapists of the world, the women who are able to connect the dots, the women who are able to offer love and healing without any judgment. Thank you to all the Star Ishtar creatures of the world. And finally, our beautiful feminine force, the complete package, the woman that is of spirit, of flesh, of mind, and of her feeling nature. She is the complete package of the feminine. You may know her in some forms. She's sort of like the creation goddess. Even the rainbow serpent has an image like that. Here we go. Here's our Cretan Minoan goddess, the snake goddess, holding the two staffs there, indicating the balance and the completion. Here's also our Vishnu representation of the world card. This is Nataraja, Vishnu in his form as dancing the eternal karma, the eternal wheel of life, death and rebirth. So these are the women who've been through it all, come out the other side, who know completion, very comfortable with themselves and able then to pass on their knowledge. Thank you all to the women of the world, and happy International Women's Day from the Heart of Tarot. Bless you all. Mwah.